Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're going to be replacing the exhaust, the stock exhaust on our Predator 212 that is on our tank scooter. So what we have here is an aftermarket exhaust from like Amazon, I believe. We can post a link in the description with this thing. You're going to be using a bit of this. We're going to be cutting it apart. You also may have seen in previous videos, if you watched, that we picked up two pit bikes. So we picked up a 110 and a 125 over there, basically the same exhaust on both of them. It just so happens that the shape of that exhaust is going to fit this very well. So the problem with this one is when we were running it, it kind of is in the way of where your feet are, and that's not good. We don't want to burn our feet. I got the 125 exhaust from that SSR, and it's going to fit a lot better. So we end up with a custom exhaust for our Predator 212, and along with that, we are going to be wrapping it as well. So it's going to look cool on this thing. It's going to sound hopefully cool. We don't know because it's going to be custom. So let's jump right into this custom exhaust. I thought it was very interesting listening to people talk about owning these, because they said make sure every time you ride you tighten up your bolts. Tighten up bolts? Why would you have to do that every time you want to go ride something? And what bolts? They just said tighten everything up. So first things first, let's get the shield off. Let's get this off. Hopefully they're not stripped out. Holy soft. I know this is a stretch, but okay, so that one's loose. Cool, so they weren't in there too bad. We're gonna have to find some new screws, looks like. At least they came out, that's the important part. So we got the heat shield off. We're gonna be able to use this again. I think it's gonna look sweet with that exhaust wrap. All right, so now we're gonna cut the ends out because we don't need them. Wow. Highly recommend these blades, holy smokes. Like butter. Got it cleaned up pretty good. Good enough for what we're gonna do. Cool. We got an end. So now we need to take off the old muffler. We're gonna put this on, and then we're going to tack this into place, and then put the muffler and tack that on as well. That's pretty much perfect. If we can get it to sit just like this, that's gonna be sweet. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that looks real good. What do you guys think of that? That looks pretty good, just like that. Kind of out of the way more. It's not necessarily by your foot, and it runs all the way down the side. It's gonna look sweet with that exhaust wrap and that heat shield together. Oh man, that's gonna look cool. Well, that stuff was really thin and hard to weld on, so that's fun. I can clean it up with a grinder, thank God for that. Okay, I'm gonna do a test fit, see if I welded it right. And yes, I like it a lot. So we got our wrap. I cut a little bit of the end off. I don't like it. Stuff is never perfect on the ends. I think that's, I mean, it's nasty, but we're gonna go with it. So. You guys want a surefire way of cramping in your hands? Do this. It looks like it would be relatively easy, but you got to make sure that it's like tight, and when you're twisting it, it just twists itself up, so you got to work it all out. Now I'm going to do something somewhat frowned upon. To secure this, I'm just going to use a zip tie. It works. I've done it before. The zip tie kind of just melts away. I'm also going to toss one on this end just to make sure it doesn't come unraveled. Alright guys, this is what it looks like. Not bad. A little bit wonky, but it'll work. It'll do the job. Most of this is going to be hidden anyway by this heat shield here. Oh yeah. That's going to look slick. The next thing I'm going to do is shine this up. We got some Mother's Mag aluminum polish. Put some on and start rubbing. Looks good. Shined up nice. Final product. Look at that. Custom exhaust for our Skank. Oh man, I love exhaust wrap. It makes it look so cool. Yes. All the way down the side. Nicely done. The heat shield. I might rub that one or two more times with some of that mag polish when it's on here. Nice and shiny. It's not by your foot anymore, it's not like right here. Probably isn't gonna burn you now because we got the heat shield, because it's not easy to ride. If you guys haven't seen us ride it, you should check out the last video that we put up. It's real difficult to get on and just cruise around uncomfortably. We got more work on this thing to do, but the exhaust was on the list and it was something I could tackle on my own relatively easy, so that's why you guys saw this. Let's fire this thing up for a second. Alright, so that's what it sounds like, guys. It's kind of quiet and nice. Our plan for this thing, this swing arm assembly and suspension, we're going to try to attach to the back of this. So it's going to stick out the back with a swing arm and suspension, and then we're going to remove the track. So that way we can actually ride this thing probably effectively in the summertime, and then when winter comes, we'll be able to switch back to the track like this in a ski. And we're thinking that might work better because the front end, it gets picked up a lot, so you can't really turn. It doesn't like to turn at all. It's this weird geometry. It's a really wide contact patch. And then when you lean, the wheels that are in the track are very thin. So as soon as you go over the edge on those, it feels like you're riding on a flat tire. So it's very hard to like gauge where you need to lean. And that makes it really hard to ride. So we're gonna give that a shot. At some point, we're gonna work on that. But big surprise, guys. This bike, we are gonna actually use as a pit bike. That was our kind of plan right from the get-go. We wanted to use this, it was cool. Everything's still good on it, except for the engine. Lately, people have been going a little bit crazy about this bad boy. We picked up the 224 Predator. There's a bunch of videos that'll probably tell you more than I can tell you about this thing, but that's what we're gonna use for a power plant in this, and that is coming very soon. Probably the end of this week, we will at least start working on that and have that engine in there or close to being in there. That's the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. You know all that. Merch in the link in the description. Go ahead and check that out. If you want some Throttle Therapy merch, it looks cool. You're gonna look good. All your friends are gonna be like, dang dude, you look really good. If you guys haven't seen any of the other build videos, go ahead and check those out. They're gonna be somewhere around me right now. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.